It's v.h.s.x. What do you mean?
Alright everybody, welcome back. Basically the bug fix patch has dropped to 10.0.3, and this was actually submitted by Synoval in a Discord community, so shout out to them. But I wanted to get on this immediately because this is very important for the discussion around what we've been talking about for the past, I don't know how long at this point. And we already understand that there's going to be a lot of nerfs coming to killers as usual. We already understand that survivors are going to continue to receive these gigantic buffs, and it's going to continue to dig the game in the grave, as we've talked about numerous times. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. One of the first things at the very top, it says that the slasher's jump scare anti-camp penalty no longer applies across multiple floors. So I guess that's not really terrible. However, that actually is a nerf to Jason once again, and that's not even getting into the rest of the patch notes here. But the very first thing at the very top is now Jason gets another nerf. Now Jason is already a character that is unable to use his sort of teleport whenever he wants, because it's restricted to vault locations, pallet locations. And so by not being able to apply any which is saying the anti-camp penalty, right? So what I'm understanding is actually I really don't understand what the hell they're talking about. Their anti-camp penalty from the jump scare specifically no longer applies across multiple floors. It really is a nothing burger. It just doesn't make any sense. No, I don't think this is even worth talking about in the patch notes. Really, this is pointless. Why would, whatever. It says cross-examination. There's new perks now, so it says while the killer's terror radius and not being chased by the killer, they leave light marks that last for 10 seconds that you can see. While on the killer's light marks, you gain elusive. This ends after 5 seconds. I don't think they did anything to the perk. Yeah, I kind of saw that coming. Was hoping they would have completely reworked it to be something else, but of course, why would they ever do that? And now getting into the actual slasher add-ons, of course. So Sauna Rock has now received a nerf, and it says that you used to apply after a jump scare. Inflict all survivors within killer instincts detected range with exhausted for 3 seconds. 3 seconds. You heard it here, folks. 3 seconds. Because it was 13. 3 seconds. If there was ever any more proof that you needed that this game was completely favored to survivor, I mean, every patch just continues to put the nail in the coffin. Because for an add-on like this that doesn't even really do anything beyond preventing the use of sprint burst and other broken exhaustion perks, it gets nerfed immediately. It's actually diabolical how bad it is. 2 nails, it says spikes that come within 1 meter reveal their aura. They're nerfing a random add-on that gives aura reading. It used to be 6 seconds, they made it 5. For what? For what? What? Why are they nerfing a random add-on for aura reading for 1 single second? Dog, what? That is so random. Mirror shards impaled. Survivors become broken for 40 seconds after extracting was 30. Who cares? Healing doesn't matter in this game. After a jump scare, survivors within 10 meters of a hook or scrap pile gain oblivious for 13 seconds was 8. That's really... Of course they're gonna touch all... This is what I find so hilarious about their balancing. Any add-on that does nothing, they'll boost it up and then they'll oh, look, there's buffs. But what is Oblivious doing for anybody? Nobody cares about Oblivious. Like, nobody's getting caught off guard. Your red stain is still active. There's no undetectable. So everyone else who's running away is going to hear you coming regardless. After a jump scare, oh, what are we talking about? Come on. And then this other one is like, oh, but they're broken. I'm like, congratulations. Like, healing doesn't matter in this game. Being injured almost benefits them more. They have access to more perks when they're injured. Sleeping bag after grabbing a hook spike while an omnipresent evil. See the locations within 10 meters. That's so pointless. And breaking a pallet or breakable wall with jump scare reveals the auras of the survivors further than 28 meters. Was 32. I mean, I don't know what else to say, bro. Anytime there's anything that's good, it's nerfed immediately. As you can see, this is literally like being able to break a pallet or wall with your power. Oh, let's take all that aura off. You don't need that. Like, the character moves at 4.4 meters per second. He's not catching up to people like immediately. Like, he's really not doing that. And then bro needs to have a sniper rifle's aim from across the universe to land these spikes. So it's like, what are we talking about, bro? It's so stupid. Like I don't understand like what kind of awful, like who the hell's running this balancing? And there's nothing, I don't see any nerfs to the actual broken perks in this game. Mind you, they're calling it a bug fix patch. It's not even like it's just a patch in general. No, it's a bug fix patch. So if it's a bug fix patch, then where's the changes that we actually need? It's kind of ridiculous, man. Then they say that they have some events, which is just chaos that nobody cares about. Lights out after like years of never putting it back, and then 2v8 will be active for 1 week at a time with chaos. Like, bro, that's not gonna do shit. And I still, to this day, don't understand the point of Chaos Shuffle. It's such a wasted opportunity, and it's a waste of time, especially if you're a killer player. Jesus Christ. Like, a majority of the killer perks are dog shit. So like having no good perks to choose from only makes it worse. It makes it harder to play. Yet on Survivor, you got plenty of good perks that people just don't use. So they can, and mind you, that survivors don't really need perks really anyway. So like, it doesn't affect them. But killers, like, you only get the 4 slots and they're always ass. Like, you don't get anything useful. All like, I would say 80% of those perks on killer are just pointless to use. They don't have any use or synergy, especially when it requires 3 other perks to be able to apply the effect you're trying to get out of it. It's a waste of time. And then Lights Out, of course, the people don't like because it actually makes the game a horror game. They don't like that. You know, that's against the rules. It needs to be a PvP party game where everything's super brightly colored, and then killers are pretending to actually kill their victims. Instead, you know, they're just using like a bunch of pillows and cotton candy to take them down at this point. Like, there's no lethality. They're never gonna die, like, at this point. And 2v8, of course, one of the most survivor-sided events, of course, is going to return. But that's not really that great. They say with Lights Out that they'll hold the lantern. Well, wow. It just gets even better. So now Lights Out, the whole point of Lights Out, mind you. So this is how I know. Once again, if you needed more proof that who the game is favoring, let's look at the actual patch note update for the new mode that's supposed to be called Lights Out, as in you don't see anything. You hold the lantern and it gives you the aura reading of pallets, vaults, and breakable walls. Now you get windows of opportunity for holding a lantern that is easily obtainable from it's everywhere. Like, any gen you go to, which already is going to be lit up most likely because it's a fucking lantern. Oh, you pick it up and now you get windows of opportunity. So you can just keep chaining and chaining and chaining to whatever you want for free. Because it's not like you get hit and lose the lantern. You hold the lantern forever. Like, you don't drop it for any reason. So the only time you're ever losing your lantern is if you're placing it on the gen while you decide to repair it. Like, what are we talking about? Gate interaction points to now remain lit once all objectives have been completed. Hello? Deep wounds and anti-camp bars are now visible again. Hello? Added support for the fog, which I don't care about that. Fix an issue where the lighting is inconsistent, overly dark. That's fine. But notice, like, something that's supposed to literally be lights out, as in you don't see where you have to use your hearing to know where stuff is. That's literally why every gen in lights out would start with like 5% on the gen, because you can hear the like that little like of the gen, so you know, okay, there's something there. But no, we're gonna remove all of that for some reason. Why are we making the lantern even stronger? It's supposed to be called lights out, not lights in. Like, I don't understand, like, what are we talking about? It's so stupid to me. The lantern's strength in itself is that it illuminates you pretty well, so you can kind of traverse, but that means you can't hold other items. What are we doing, game? Like, we just remove all, like everything that makes the whole, like, makes it scary. We remove everything that made the mode. It's stupid. It makes no sense. 2v8, it says fixed an issue where Nemesis zombies could get stuck. They with killer chests didn't have their aura revealed. Where survivors can have the aura of the cage of corruption while in a locker. Trapped survivors missing and trapped animation. They're caught in a bear trap or sent into a cage corruption twice. Unable to drop the spray or antidote. But okay, that's fine. It says fix an issue with the Walking Dead characters not playing the right voice lines, the music. Oh, get ready for this one. This is why I wanted to check this too. Fix an issue where the slasher's jump scare caused the survivors in lockers to scream. Now we're masking another nerf to Jason as a bug fix. Okay. Yeah, hey. Ain't that something? Now, to be fair, right? I'm pretty sure people said that's how you counter it, but I'm also pretty sure you can crouch. So if you're telling me that somehow no one can crouch, but the first thing they do is run into lockers, I don't understand that. I'm a little confused by that. It doesn't really make any sense, is my point. Like, this doesn't make sense. I don't understand why this game is headed in this direction. It's so horrible. Fix an issue where survivors fully healed voice line triggers when partially healed. That's fine. The bananas emit a metallic sound when hit up. The bananas emit a metallic sound when hit by a projectile on Trickster's delusion map. Boy, so this is what we're fixing. We're taking out the time and resources and energy to fix an issue where bananas are emitting a metallic sound when hit by a projectile. That's what we're doing. That's what we're spending all of our resources, like, is that what we're doing the whole goddamn day? That's what we're doing? That's what we're doing. We're sitting here fixing fucking audio on bananas. Wow. Of all the things that are broken in this game, why is that the priority? Like, I don't understand that. There's so many things that have problems, and that's the thing we're getting? Like, what the fuck? Yo, like, the audacity is insane. Fix an issue where the hook voiceover played too late when... Okay, that's fine. Fix an issue where survivors execute dialogue trigger at the same time the door opens, which is fine, I guess. Whatever. Incorrect voice lines played for killers and survivors regardless of the language. That's fine. Fix an issue with the lullaby for the face melter Eddie legendary cosmetic was lower than intended. So once again, we're faking that it's a bug fix. In reality, it's just another nerf. Because every time we've seen that these people like to say, "Oh, we fixed the issue," that means we're gonna crank up the audio even higher than it should have been because the survivors are bitching. That's ultimately what it translates to. Because we've seen this even with Springtrap. Like, his audio was normal on default. His audio even had the same exact volume with the glitch trap skin. Then they cranked up the defaults even louder than that, and then they cranked it up even higher for the glitch trap because, oh, it was too quiet. People already did a comparison. I remember seeing the clip. They put the decibels. I think it was less than like a decimal point of a difference because there's like a filter to make it sound more padded. Come on, bro. It's ridiculous to me that this is what they prioritize. This is what behavior prioritizes. Audio on bananas and random maps. For some reason, they're concerned with digital fruit than they actually are with actually fixing the game. I don't understand, dude. Like, I don't understand. The audacity is crazy to me. Anyway, as he reverted a fix that prevented the skull merchant from deploying drones when above or below a hook survivor. That's fine. Fix an issue where as the animatronic, the blighted franchise mouth animation was unable to be seen at the end of the killer's Mori. At least that cool. You know, we finally got a cosmetic fix. Fix an issue where as the Dark Lord using the wolf form, the killer could perform an extra attack right before the pounce cooldown. Okay. So we nerfed Drac again. Fix an issue where survivors down by the vault attack while working on a gen kept repairing while down. I mean, that's a good fix for once. Traps cannot be placed properly. Torment Creek where traps could be placed under the ground. Which I thought they've already fixed that before, but whatever. Toba where Nurse can blink to the ground, which yeah, that's game breaking. You have to fix that. Treatment Theater where his attack is blocked in the middle of the main room. That's a first. That's one of the first times I've ever seen them actually decide to fix a character that wasn't a survivor bug. Like, goddamn. And then fix the issue with where Nurse can blink on top of the small structure, dead dog, whatever. Okay, that's fine. Fix an issue where hex statuses were hidden for survivors, reactivated perk on dying. Visionary would not reveal generator auras. Fix an issue where plot tools can be reused. Fix an issue the aura of Noed was missing from the survivor's POV. That's ridiculous. I honestly don't think Noed should even have aura, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna chalk that up as another nerf, technically speaking, because mind you, from what I've heard from people, because that's not like I run Noed or even play a survivor to like go against Noed, but from what I've heard, they said that Noed will it'll show the indicator that it's active as the last gen is completed, not when you actually M1. So I'm going to chalk this up to an additional nerf to Noed just because of the mere fact that they should have never had aura anyway. So that's already a nerf, technically speaking. They say fix an issue where the perk death bound caused survivors that previously healed another survivor to scream again. That sounds like a nerf to me, honestly, just to be specific, technically. That is an effect that the perk should have realistically. We need to make these killer perks actually usable and actually interesting. But of course they're going to nerf that because that means that the perk will actually provide additional bonuses instead of just doing nothing. So that makes complete sense. I'm not surprised. Then they say fix an issue where Deerstalker was unable to reveal a survivor for an additional 2 seconds when equipped with the perk Eyes of Belmont. That is a game-breaking bug. That makes sense. Fix an issue where the Shadowborn failed to activate when Rampage had tokens. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Fix an issue with the Slash's Dirty Money add-on remain dimmed when active. You know what's funny? They still haven't fixed Legion's add-on for BFFs. It doesn't show how many stacks you have. Fix an issue where the Into the Fog tooltips for perk-related quests did not show the associated. Why are we concerned with that? Oni's Blood Fury prompt was missing an indication it must be held to activate. Survivor skills always appeared unlocked in the match detail screen. Alternating from Chaos Shuffle, Normal Trial, Erase, Save loadouts, which is fine. Fix an issue where no HUD or UI feedback indicating that Oni's Blood Fury prompt had to be held to activate. Which I thought they just said that. Yeah, no HUD or UI in feedback. Prompt is missing an indication. They kind of wrote, I don't know if that was the same change twice, but whatever. And survivors are unable to wiggle being grabbed while having a skill check. Fix an issue causing the entity to make an illegal purchase move in the blood web. They don't even really explain what that is. Fix an issue where leaving the survivor queue and play while you wait would reset the killer priority queue. You know, that makes sense. That makes sense. So, oh, and then there's a known issue that says stakeout tokens are sometimes consumed by snap out of it checks when facing the doctor. So technically that's another nerf coming to doctor as well. So it looks like overall, right? Overall, it seems like we're getting a lot of killer nerfs coming in. There are some effects that I wish should have stayed in the game as we looked over the patch notes. Like, some of these things make sense just as effects. Like, why doesn't Deathbound have additional screams like that? It's just like, it's a little minor change, but it's still something. Like, give these perks something. But no, they can't have that. They can't do that. So those are my thoughts on the patch notes from the entirety of it, which only just further proves our point. I mean, that's just, it kind of just goes off of that pretty much. Jason gets pretty much like taken out back, punched in the stomach a few times. For some reason, I don't entirely know why. Like, the character is very mid, if not weak. It's really not that strong, so I really don't understand like why they're so obsessed with nerfing characters that are really pointless. Like, it's just pointless changes on characters that are perfectly balanced. Like, I don't understand. And balance is a very loose term we're gonna use because Jason ultimately is not strong whatsoever. Very mid-tier, almost like weaker than Springtrap at this point. And Springtrap, I already think, is weak. So just, that's not good at all. The fact of the matter is, what did we expect, right? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Check out the other channels for the video essays and the Marvel Rivals content. And consider becoming a member on YouTube or Patreon to support, you know, me directly, so we can actually, you know, focus on better content than the DVD garbage. See you guys next time. All right, let's go ahead and read off these wonderful members. We got Patreon, Crow Vader. All my YouTube members, Brando, Evil Blade, Cap Courteous, WTF You're Not J-Lo, Evil Peach, Hargan Falcon, Dole Whip, Noxus, Zero Mocker, Jack, Christian, and Crow Vader. Really appreciate you guys supporting, man. And if you also subbed on Twitch, just know that you got love coming your way too. Appreciate you guys, man.